In this video, I want to show you the proper way to set up a Facebook pixel and also set up the pixel event so that you can track your Facebook ads properly or even your Instagram ad. So the first thing you need to do is you want to come into your Facebook business manager. All right. So under the business settings here, under the business settings, you see so under the business settings, you scroll down here, you see where we have data sources. So this is where we can create pixels. So you come here where we have the data sets and pixels. You click on it and you can create a pixel. So as you can see here, I do not have any pixel in this account. So I can just come here, click on add a new pixel or a new data set. From here, all you have to do is just give it a name. So let's say I want to call this pixel something like this. Let's say Casa Test Pixel, something like that. All right. And here I'm just going to untoggle or uncheck this. And then if your business has some special categories, you can just come here, select it. All right. So in my case, I'm not going to select anything there. I'm just going to leave it that way. So come here, click on create, and simply we have created a pixel. But this pixel, we need to connect it to an ad account. So I'm just going to select the ad account that I want it to be connected to, because the pixel, if it does not have an ad account, is not going to function, especially because you are running ads. So I've selected the ad account that I have here, and then I can just come here, click on next. So the pixel has been created, but it's not doing anything now. So we need to set it up, connect it to our website so that it can communicate with our website. So you come here, you click on go to events manager, and inside the events manager is where we are going to set up the pixel and set up the events. So now this is a pixel that we just created, and you want to come down here and want to select this one. Want to set it up so that it can gather events or activities from our website. So if you want to do for a mobile app, you use this one, you just link your app to it. If you want to upload a spreadsheet, you can do that and all of that, but we are doing this for a website. So you come here, click on set up a pixel, and there are different ways to do this. You can simply just add a code to your website, which is what we are going to do because it's the simplest, I think. And then you can send an instruction to your developer. If you do not know how to do it, you can just send the instruction to your developer and you can just help you put the code there. And then if you have a partner integration, you can just do it directly. But this process, this one is very easy, it's not so complex. So you just select that one and then you click on next. So basically this is all we need to do. So we need to copy this code and we need to go and put this code on our website. So depending on the kind of website you use, if you use Shopify, you use Wix, you use WordPress, any kind of website, you just need to attach this code at the head section of your website. So I'm going to be using WordPress for this, but the process is basically the same across all these platforms. All you need to do is just find somewhere where you can put the code on the head. So here on WordPress, it's a bit simpler. We can just come to plugins here, come to add a plugin. I want to add a plugin that would help us put codes on our website easily. So if you come here, you can just search for WP code, or you can search for header and footer. But if you just search for WP code, you are going to get this plugin. All right. So just click on install, and after the installation you want to click activate. So this one is the most popular one or the most common one used by people, but there are other ones you can use. So after that, you now come where you see this code snippets. All right, and then you see this header and footer. So you click on header and footer, and this is how you can add this code on the header of your website. So here you can see we have the header, we have the body, and then we have the footer. For any reason that you want to put codes on these places, but the main one we need is the head. So you come here, you just paste the code and you just save the changes. That's all. You now have a pixel on your Facebook account, and also you have this pixel working on your website. All right, so you can test this pixel and I'm going to show you how to test it so you see that it is working. So after that, you want to come back to here and say next. All right, so you can say next again and turn on this automatic matching so that Facebook and Instagram can help you automatically match informations of your target audience. So we are done with the setup. You can now click on continue. Here we have where we can test our event. So you come here, say you want to test the website just to see if the pixel is working already. You can come here, say select the channel, which is a website, and you select the second one just to see if it is set up properly. You just want to paste your website link here and you can say test. So the moment it brings you here, you know that it's now working. Also, there's this extension you can add to your website called the Meta Pixel Helper. So you can just come to your browser, search for Meta Pixel Helper. This one, go to the Chrome store and install it. All right, so this is it right here. This is from Facebook, and then you can just install it and pin it up here. So this is it right here. So every time you click on it, it's going to show you the pixels on the particular website. So if I come back to this one here, if I click on if I click on it here, you see it's going to show us the pixel. So this is the pixel that we just created. We also see the events on the pixel, which is a page view. So the people who came here, they just view the page. Now let's go and set up the event. So basically, Facebook is now picking information of people coming to our website using that pixel. So after setting up our pixel, we need to set up the event. And this event, this is what tells Facebook exactly what you consider a lead or what you consider a purchase, so that Facebook can track everything properly. So we've created our events here, and soon you start seeing the event activity right here. But here we want to set up our events. So this is actually a test event, but you can just come here, click on the settings here. So under the settings, you want to scroll down until you see this event setup. So you want to click on that event setup and you want to put the URL that you want to track. So let's say in my case, I want to track this particular URL. So this is a simple page, a landing page that I created, and I want to track the people who come to this landing page. All right, so I'm just going to copy that URL, and if I come back to the events manager here and I put the URL, I can come here, click on add events. So the moment you click on that add events, you are going to see this small tool pop up, and this is very important because this is what you are going to use to actually tell Facebook what to consider maybe a sales or a lead. So in this case, let's say I have this simple landing page and I want to track. So this is considered a button. All right, so here you want to track a button. So what you are saying is every time somebody clicks on this button, Facebook or Instagram should consider it a particular action for you. In my case, I want to track this button, all right, or I want to track a URL. So let's start by first tracking a button. So let's scroll down here. Here I have like a lead magnet where if they give me their name and their email address, I can maybe call them a lead. So this is basically how you track the lead. So we are going to track a button here. So if you come here, click on track button, it's going to like study your page and see all the buttons. So here I have multiple buttons because I am in the dashboard of this my WordPress, and that's why. But this is a particular button that I want to track. So if I click on this button, it is going to pick it up. All right, so here we select the event. So let's say everybody that clicks on this button, we want to consider them a lead. All right, we'll select it as lead. So here you can give it a value, but leads in most cases they don't have values. They just give you their name and their email address. And when I mean value, I mean the monetary or the currency value here. So we don't want to give it any value. So you come here, you say do not include any value. So after setting that up, you come here, you click on finish events. You can just come here, click on add event. So you can just close that. This will be now tracked. Anybody who clicks on this button will now be tracked as a lead. Now let's talk about how you can track purchases. For instance, here I want to sell this course, but for me to actually validate that everybody who comes here actually paid for it, clicking this button is not enough, because if they click on this button, it's going to take them to a payment page for them to pay. So I have a separate page that I use to confirm that everybody who lands on that page must have made the payment. So what I can do again is I can come here, say track a button again. So if I click track a button, here I can select the button. So let's say this button, I can come here, select the event. I can possibly just call it maybe complete registration or initiate checkout or something like that. So let's just call it initiate checkout or add to cart in this case. So anybody who clicks on this button, they will be added to the cart. So you are just going to confirm it. Now you need to now go and also create an event to track the thank you page. So I'm just going to finish this one. All right, we are done. Now I want to go back to my website, and this one is the page for the thank you page. So I'm going to copy it, and I want to come back to the events manager again. So you want to come back to your settings again. You come to open the event tool. This time you put your thank you page link. All right, so this URL is different from the first one we tracked. You now go to add events. Again, it's going to display the URL, and we should see that small tool here pop up. So if you come to the all events, you see the ones that we tracked initially, but what we want to do now is we want to track this URL, because this is not a public URL, and anybody who lands here, this is a thank you page, we consider them a sale. All right, so you come here, you select the event. So we are going to call it a purchase in this case. So here, if it has a value, the purchase has a value, this is where you put it. So you can select the currency that you want. Let me zoom this out a bit. You can select the currency that you want from here. So I'm just going to keep it to the NGN. So you can say you should use the value from the checkout page if you have that, or you can use a value from the page, but there's no value on this page here, or you can just say don't include a value. All right, so if you wanted it to track it automatically, you have to put the value on the page itself, like this 15,000 Nigerian naira. After your setup, you just come here, click on confirm, and we are now basically done with the event. So if you come here, you see all the events. You see we have the people who added to carts, and then the leads, because this is actually two pages. So I'm just using this video to cover two videos at the same time. So your lead page is different from your checkout page. Yeah, but if you wanted to track the URL, we are now tracking them directly to our thank you page. So this is basically how you can set up your Facebook pixel or your Meta pixel, and then set up the event. So if you go back to your events managers now, after some time, you should be able to start seeing some traction or some events that are going on your website. So in most cases, it's going to take a couple of minutes, but after some time, you should start seeing the event activities that are going on the website.